Welcome back to Discover Mexico, where we will make traveling to this beautiful destination a breeze. Did you know that Mexico has the most significant proportion of edible insects worldwide, with more than 500 species usually consumed? And there's more than the nation has to offer its more daring visitors. No matter where you stay in Mexico, you can enjoy a variety of intriguing regional specialties. Eat your way through these 10 bizarre foods. During your trip, you can expect to eat phenomenal Mexican dishes like flying ants, worms, and grasshoppers. Although these dishes may not seem enticing at first glance, you'll be pleasantly surprised if you close your eyes and try them. In Mexico, you may buy various gruesome body parts to stuff into tacos, some vegetarian delicacies, and a decadent dessert to balance off the savor. Without wasting much time, let's dive in. Escamoles, ant egg sacs. Escamoles are a traditional Mexican treat. Escamoles also provide a flavor of history, because there is evidence that people ate them before the Spanish arrived. Like many Mexican delicacies, they're typically found in maguey plants, and caviar fans will love them. The edible ant larvae and pupae, known as escamoles, from the Aztec word for ant, and also as Mexican caviar or insect caviar, are called escamoles. They are most commonly consumed in Mexico City and surrounding areas. Escamoles have been destroyed in Mexico since the age of the Aztecs. Just imagine a delectable combination of sweet corn, butter, and nuts. Escamoles are more expensive due to their rarity compared to other nibbles. Still, they are necessary for anyone looking to experience unusual Mexican dishes. Be on the lookout for them in guacamole, on the side, or in tacos. Tacos de ojos, eyeball tacos. On a cow's head, almost all meat is edible. In reality, these flavorful pieces form the basis of the well-known borderland dish barbacoa de cabeza, or barbecued cow's head. The taco is the perfect vehicle for discovering the treasures within a cow's skull. The less well-known taco de ojo, or eye taco, is just as delicious as more well-known head-based ingredients, like chewy lengua, which means tongue. The cozy folds of a taco contain virtually anything you can think of as you go further into Mexico City's street food culture. However, eyes are about as odd as it gets. You don't have to worry about your taco seeing you eat it. Usually from cows, the eyes are unexpectedly delicious and non-squeaky. They are often found sliced and looking like other pieces of meat, but their peculiar flavor sets them apart. On a trip to Mexico, keep an eye out for them. Chicatanas, flying ants. Welcome to the flying ant, a culinary delight. Think about the work that went into catching one of these guys for you before you crunch into it. Catchers must rise at 3 a.m. to have a chance of seeing them because they are only available after the first summer shower. Oh, and they have a horrible bite as well. Of course, they are entirely harmless by the time they are on your plate. They can be toasted with a dip, ground into salsa, thrown into a taco, or even on pizza. What's not to appreciate about the flavor, which has a distinct nutty undertone and a chocolatey finish? Chinicuiles, maguey worms. As their name suggests, maguey worms live on the maguey plant. They occasionally can be seen rolling around at the bottom of a mezcal bottle. Worms are consumed in a variety of ways by cultures around the world, and Mexicans are no exception. Typically, Chinicuiles are fried and consumed as a crispy snack. Like many bugs, they are incredibly high in protein and are frequently finished with numerous bottles of ice-cold beer. They are highly nutritious, meaty, and red in color. They also have a high protein content. The worms are typically served in a warm tortilla with green tomatoes, lime, chili, and salt. They can be roasted or deep-fried. Chinicuiles are frequently seen in the markets of Oaxaca. When compared to pork cracklings, the flavor is nutty. Chapulines, grasshoppers. Grasshoppers are a tasty pre-dinner snack or something to munch on when hunger strikes mid-afternoon. They have been consumed by locals for generations and are a significant component of Mexican culture. They are heaped high if you visit one of Mexico's many exquisite markets. You might be shocked to learn that grasshoppers have a mildly fishy flavor when consumed in their purest form. Perhaps because they swim when no one is looking. However, it's more common to find them prepared with chili, salt, and lime, which masks their authentic flavor. No trip to Oaxaca should be without them. Huitlacoche, corn smut. Corn smut is a fungus that attaches itself to sweet corn. It looks a lot like a mushroom and tastes like a mushroom. A plant disease develops on maize ears around the kernels in puffy, gray clouds resembling river stones. However, when introducing this odd fungus to the culinary world, Huitlacoche turns into a delicacy and is utilized in various recipes, including soups, enchiladas, and sauces. Mexican staple food, Huitlacoche, can be found in tacos, soups, and cans. This woody fungus, which develops on sick, sweet corn, is a beautiful illustration of finding light through the darkness. Even if the corn has been damaged, something equally excellent has been substituted, and there is absolutely nothing smutty about delicious Mexican dishes. Menudo tripe soup. Cow stomach makes tripe soup, and similar ingredients are used in nearly all cuisines worldwide. Mexican menudo, however, is a regional specialty because of its long, fascinating history. Although many families have their own distinctive variations on the recipe, onions, oregano, chili, and lime are usually offered with the food. Menudo is typically provided on Sundays. Some residents use it as a hangover remedy. By all means, check if they're correct if you accidentally drank too much mezcal on your trip to Mexico and are feeling particularly brave one morning. Tripe is very bland when consumed on its own. Still, after being boiled for several hours, it will absorb the flavor of any other ingredients added to the soup. Criadillas de toro. Bull's testicles. Animal testicles are called criadillas. They are a source of micronutrients, including B family vitamins and minerals like zinc, phosphorus, and potassium. Frequently in animal products, if you like sausage, there's a good chance you've already eaten these, although probably not in such an overt manner. Criadillas de toro is one of those bizarre Mexican foods you came here to find. They are frequently served fried, chopped in a tortilla with vegetables, salad, and a generous squeeze of lime. They taste similar to a hot dog from a restaurant. They'll also offer you the power to lift trees and fend off bears. In the north of Spain, pubs and restaurants frequently serve this criadillas de toro recipe as a tapa. It is commonly served with some fried bread or French fries. Tacos de sesos. Cow's brain. Sesos might look like cauliflower when thinly sliced, but they are not vegetarian. Sesos, or brains, are a common taco ingredient in Mexico and are often taken from cows or goats. Chefs and consumers highly regard tacos de sesos for their smooth, nearly custard-like texture, which contrasts pleasantly with the crisp of fresh toppings like onions, cilantro, and lime. The term brain food has never been more appropriate than with tacos de sesos. In actuality, brains are cooked, seasoned, and put into tacos in Mexico just like any other meat or offal. You might be startled to find that, in earlier Western eras, toast would frequently be topped with brains, and they have the flavor of creamy flesh. Although I have no proof that eating brains increases intelligence, it's worth a shot anyway. Chongos zamoranos. Curdled milk dessert. Chongos zamoranos, and maybe the least bizarre of the unusual Mexican meals on this list, Mexican delicacy, Chongos zamoranos is traditionally made with raw milk, sugar, rennet tablets, and cinnamon. This dessert is usually had after the largest meal of the day, which is typically dinner, and is made in a manner that is quite similar to that of cheese. This meal is quite well liked in its native Mexico, where it is even sold in cans at a variety of roadside restaurants and food stands. Anyone with a sweet tooth should try Chongos zamoranos because of their mouth-watering cheesy flavor and milky syrup. What's better? It's simple to prepare and takes little time. Chongos is the perfect antidote to any strange but tasty main dish and a must-eat Mexican food in its own right. This wraps up our video for today. Thank you for sticking with me. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. See you in our following video.